Screaming like the start of a race. Diet Pepsi's my fuel in this Monday maze. Shake the weekend fog off my tired face. The hustling begins, no time to waste. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Sun clouds up higher, chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Street lights fading, sun climbs up higher. Chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, I own the show. Know that we can be heavy, but I'm tougher still. Climbing the mountain, fueled by will. Each heartbeat whispers, yes you can. I'm golden, helping every woman and man. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show.
Hey guys, what's up? It is Monday, so you know what that means. It is a Monday motivation kind of night, so welcome in each and every one of you. I am Pamela, your host, aka Scooter, your host for Monday Motivation, as I am for all Monday Motivation. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I did not get a chance. If you watched my short today, I got the YouTube light thing. I haven't had a chance to hook it up because it's a USB. Everything is USB now, and it's like, I just want a plug-in into the wall. Like, I don't want to have to hook it into my computer or look for a a power strip that has the USB thing in it. I just want to be able to plug it in. If I want to plug it in, I don't have to use the USB thing, whatever. Anyways, that's my small little rant for tonight. So, guys, if you do not, like I said, if you do not know who I am Pamela, aka Scooterrenee. And I do Monday motivations on my channel on Mondays at 8 p.m. Central. And then I do auctions Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and any other day I can throw in there if possible. And I am also on other channels as well. So speaking of being on other channels, guys, if you have a wrench, if you are blue in chat, that means you can click on the three dots out to the side of the person's name and hit go to channel and subscribe to each other. Make sure y'all are supporting each other as well. That way we can keep that support going and be there for everybody for everything that we're doing on the channels. I totally lost my thought there, and that's okay. I'm reading the chat, and that's what got me distracted. Make sure you do the YouTube things, and that is that you are subscribed to my channel if you are not already, that you ring that bell for all notifications, and a thumbs up on your way in or on your way back. All my new people, I hope you'll keep coming back, even though I'm fumbling over my words tonight. That's okay. All the OGs, welcome in. It is so good to see you and the playback crew. I love my playback crew. If you are the playback crew, make sure you leave me a comment that you're the playback crew. And if you'd like to participate in the chat participation questions, feel free to do that as well. So we're going to see who all is in chat. We have a lot to do tonight. We have the two drawings, the hashtag drawing and the chat participation drawing tonight. And I'm running behind on all that. I just finished the whole drawing thing a while ago while I was over on Dream Chasers channel. So I do not have the prizes pick out for tonight, but you will get something. So let's say hello and see who all is in chat now. We got Kathy here. Hey, Kathy, welcome in. Good to see you. Crack and Mary, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's actually happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from us, from me to you. Happy birthday, Crack and Mary. We got Karen here. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Good to see you. We got Josie here. Hey, Josie. There's my feather sister, Selena. Welcome in. Let's see. And then we got Joanne. Hey, sweet lady. Joanne is here. I did say hi to Karen, right? I did say hi to you, right, Karen? You were above that, so. Let's see. Just reading through chat. Hey, Glenn. All right, I'll check my emails here in a little bit. After we get done tonight, I will go on there and check. I didn't see it a while ago, and I just checked my emails before coming on here. So, and guys, as always, if you do have questions or if you need anything whatsoever, always feel free to email me. I do check my email frequently. So, Lisa D, how are you? Lisa D, did I send you your prize yet? Because I still have your ticket on my desk, but I could have swore I sent something to you. But then I started doubting myself. So if I haven't, let me know. I'll get this out to you tomorrow when I get all my other shipping done. Hey, Harry. Welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Mama Sands. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. All right. And then we said hello to Harry. There's my sister, Cool Ranch. Welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, whatever, Selena. I'm not falling for that. Yep, it is Crackin' Mary's birthday, so make sure you tell her happy birthday. All right, make sure I'm not missing anybody. If I miss you, please yell at me. Let me know that I missed you. Because as people like to pick on me, I do like to say hello to everybody. All right, I think I got everybody. I think I'm caught up, so welcome in. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. As always, Friday night was trick-or-treating night. And so we went trick-or-treating with 2 of our daughters and 2 of our grandkids. And we also celebrated my birthday this past weekend on Saturday. Robert and I drove down to Texarkana on the Texas side. And it's about 2 hours from here. And so we went there. We went to 3 flea markets and an estate sale. So we had looked at there was 2 estate sales, and we were like, we probably won't mess with that because of time. And one was on the way, so it was like, yeah, let's go. So we went to that estate sale, and 3. The first flea market was kind of but the second and third one, man, no, those were good. I'm ready to go back. Sunday was just whatever we wanted to do kind of day with the fallback time. It's my favorite birthday present that I get from the world is setting our time back so I get the extra hour of sleep. But I got some stuff done for the day around here. Plus like I said, the extra hour of sleep was just awesome. So again, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Okay, cool. Okay, so I thought I sent you one. So that's what I was confused about. And then I have your name right here on my desk because I don't take the tickets off my desk till I've done something with it. So, all right. Thank you, Lisa. All right. And Karen, yes, we had a lot of fun. It's always fun. You know, any time road tripping with Robert's fun. So, let's see. So, I did tell you guys that we were doing our drawing for the hashtag winner and the chat participation winner. So, we will do the hashtag winner first. And so, while I mix up the names real quick, those of you that have never been here before or you don't know what the hashtag drawing is, I do a short almost every day. Not every day, but almost every day. And in that short, I usually give a hashtag. There were 2 days out of this past month that I forgot to give y'all a hashtag. But if you commented, you got credit into the drawing. This is how many, one's already jumping out. This is how many I had for just the month of October. So basically, you comment with whatever hashtag I give you, your name goes into the drawing. Usually I don't mark those comments until the end of the month unless I get, better about going ahead and doing it halfway, so I'm not waiting till last minute like today. But yes, you just comment to the short with the hashtag, and then your name goes into a drawing. Then we do the drawing on the first Monday of every month. So I think I covered everything in my note there. Oh, and you have from the first of the month, so we just started today. Today was the first one to draw for this month, but you have until midnight, the last day of the month, to get your entry in on all of them. So you can do them all at once. You can do them every day. You can do a little here, a little there, whatever, as long as it's in by midnight on the last day. And I do know, because I watched that too. There's another one jumping out. I don't know if it's the same one. They say if it jumps out, that's the one you need to draw, but I'm not going to do it that way. All right. So, here we go. Got one. Kraken! Kraken, you are the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations, Kraken. I'll come up with something for you, buddy. And, of course, that's going to be for you and Kraken Mary. So, hey, Tammy. Welcome in. So, that is our hashtag winner. So, congratulations to Kraken. Let me write that on here that you're the hashtag, because I do something different for the chat participation on Monday Motivation from the hashtag. So, like I said, I'm running behind today, so I am playing catch up on everything. Okay. So, congratulations, Kraken or Kraken Mary, whichever one of you want to claim it. So, you're welcome. We'll do the chat participation winner at the end of tonight's topic, and I'll tell you what that is really quick. Is if you're new, you've never been here for Monday Motivation, every time I say chat participation time, you answer the question, you make the statement, whatever I tell you to do on that moment, then you get starred and you get entered to the monthly drawing, and we do that one on the first Monday of each month as well. So that's how you get into that drawing, and we will do that drawing at the end of tonight's topic. So let's move on over to tonight's topic is on the downside of good habits. And I bet we have all experienced at some time or another the downside with the good habits. And it's hard to believe that you can even have a downside to a good habit, but you can. Oh no, your phone is dead. Oh no. Get Krakens. Get Krakens, Kraken Mary. Oh, and also what I was going to say about the chat participation time. Feel free to chat throughout the night. I try to keep up as much as I can on the chat. But feel free to chat throughout the night. Just whenever I say chat participation time, that's when you get started. You get credit for whatever the question is or statement that I give you to do. So, all right, let's move it on over. This one doesn't, I don't know if this is really a positive spot thought moment or not, but habits are necessary. It is the habit of having habits, of turning a trail into a rut that must be incessantly fought against if one is to remain alive. That's a lot for me. Meaning, while habits are useful, being stuck in a rigid, unchanging routine can prevent new growth and development. Oh, whatever. Oh, so Kraken's phone is dead. I'm with you now. I got you. All right, so here we go, guys. Very first one for tonight. Chat participation time. Anyone ever played chess? I don't know if I've tried to play chess, but I don't remember playing chess because it just seems too complicated to me. Anybody in here play chess? Camera seems kind of blurry. Scared to touch it. Joanne says nope. Whoops, phone jump. Joanne said no. Phone jump. Chat jump. Karen said no. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Selena says nope. You're not dumb, but I feel you on that one about the chess. Lisa D said no. Kraken, Mary, or Kraken, one of y'all. Yes, it is fun. Kathy says, when I was a kid, my dad taught us all after he came back from Vietnam. Oh, that's cool. I think Timmy's saying none or noon. So you see, habits are the building blocks of mastery, like in chess. So for example, once you've made the basic movements of the pieces in chess, you can shift your focus to deeper strategies. So every bit of information that you memorize, it clears the mental space for more complex thinking. You can apply this concept to any endeavor. So let's do another chat participation. Chat participation time. What are some habits that you can do without even thinking about them when you're doing them? What are some habits that you do that you don't even know or that you don't even think about? You just do it. Kind of like autopilot. What are some of those habits? Guys, we are almost done. We got tonight about the downside of good habits. Next week, we're going to tie it up with a really nice bow and cover the 4 laws. And then we're moving on to the next series. So, we'll do Thankful Week, which will be the week of Thanksgiving. And then we're moving on to the whole new series. So I'm excited. We might move on to that series the week before Thanksgiving, maybe, if I'm thinking of the calendar right. Brush my teeth. That was the number one answer that I was looking for. Selena says sing. Isn't that the truth? Kathy says crochet. Lisa D says crochet. Joanne's a crocheter. She's doing it now. Okay, this has got to be Cracking Mary. Cleaning. Can't be cracking. This is going to be fun trying to figure out which one of you is really talking. Who's really answering the question here, right? Oh, you do sing good and you know it. Karen says, sing to myself. Tammy's would be talking to herself. Oh, Kraken. Oh, there you are. Picking my nose. If that's what you do, buddy. When you know the basic moves that you don't even have to think about them, like brushing your teeth, you just go and do it. You don't even think about it. You know, you might have to remember to grab your toothpaste, but you do it anyways, right? Oh, that's cool, Kathy. Thank you. Go to the bathroom. Yeah, that's a pretty important habit, I think. But whenever you can actually when you're doing something, you don't even think about it. It's still a habit, even though you're not having to really think about everything that goes into doing it, right? It allows you to drive into the more intricate details if you need to. So habits really are the backbone of any journey towards excellence. Drive to appointments? Yes, Lisa D. That was the one I was also thinking of. You know, when we... I guess kind of wake up and go, oh, how did we get here? Gosh, I hope I didn't pull over in front of anybody, cut anybody off or anything like that, or almost hit anybody, because we get in La La Land. Kathy says, edit what people write without thinking about it, right? Yes. Craig said, I learned to do it because for people who stare at me. Oh. Now, while habits can be beneficial, they also do come with a downside, which is what we're talking about tonight. At the beginning of starting a habit, repeating that task over and over, it helps you gain fluency and speed and skill. However, once a habit becomes second nature, like the ones we just discussed, you might start to ignore the valuable feedback. And this can lead to mindless repetition, and it makes it easier to overlook any mistakes that you might be making. Right, Kathy? I know when I do PT, yeah, I just like, okay, yeah, I know that exercise. Just give me whatever it is I got to use and I'll do it. Hey, Mary, welcome in. Good to see you. Always so good to see you. So when you can perform a task well enough without thinking about it, you may stop striving for improvement. That's the downside of it, okay? So one great thing about habits is that they allow us to perform tasks without needing to think too much about them. However, again, the downside is that once we settle into that routine of doing it, we might overlook small mistakes and not even realize that we're making those mistakes. We often believe that we're improving simply because we're gaining experience, but in the truth, we're just reinforcing our existing habits without enhancing them. Interestingly, some studies have indicated that after mastering a skill, people often see a gradual drop or decline, if you will, in the performance over time. So it's completely normal to have a little dip in the performance now and then, and there's no need to stress about it. You don't have to constantly improve the way you brush your teeth, tie your shoes, or maybe make your morning tea or coffee. It's those kind of habits. Just being good enough is usually perfectly fine. By saving your energy on the little things, you do free up more time, and it helps you to focus on what truly matters in your life. Right, Harry? Yes. Harry said, I've caught myself doing things without even thinking about doing it. Yes. It's just like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to do that, right? Yeah, usually for me, Kathy, that's when I'm in a hurry. It's like, okay, I just want to get this done over with. Let me get my 50 minutes or an hour or whatever PT done. If you really want to unlock your full potential and reach the top-notch performance, you need to take more of a thoughtful approach, if you will. Simply repeating the same actions without thinking it will not lead you to greatness. Right, Kraken? Kraken says my exercise consists of me trying to pick up more food on my fork during each time. Do you know there are times I might be eating though, and because that's a habit, I might not have anything on my fork, and I'll take it to my mouth because I don't realize it might have fallen off or whatever, and I realize, oh, there's no food there. So good to see you, Mary. Let's see. It is true that building good habits is important, but it's not enough on its own for the mastery of it. You see, to truly excel, you need a mix of automatic habits and intentional practice. And that formula is habits plus deliberate practice is what equals mastery. To achieve greatness, some skills have to become second nature for us. For example, basketball players. Hang in there with me because I'm not a big basketball person either. So hang in here with me. It's essential to dribble effortlessly before they can tackle layups with their non-dominant hand. Similarly, surgeons, they practice that first incision countless of times until it's like second nature, because that allows them to concentrate on the many variables that may pop up during the surgery. Oh, you're fine, Mary. We just really got started, so you haven't missed much. Once you've nailed down the habit, it is time to roll up your sleeves again and start working on developing the next one. Mastery is all about focusing on one small aspect of success, practicing it until you really make it a part of who you are, and then building on that new habit to tackle your next challenge. Now, while tasks might feel easier the second time you try them, kind of like my whole listing thing of doing it, doing 3 listings a day. It doesn't mean that things are becoming less challenging overall. Instead, you're channeling your energy into the next hurdle, which for me is usually coming up with those 3 items most times. Each new habit that you form, it opens a door to a higher level of performance. It becomes a never-ending journey. Habits can be really powerful, but what you truly need is a way to keep track of how you're doing over time. This will help you keep improving and refining those skills that you have. The danger is without us even noticing it. It just creeps in when you start to think you master a skill, when things feel automatic and you start to get comfortable. Remember, we have talked about the comfort zone so many times. I can't even tell you how many times. But you get back into that comfort zone area. That's the danger right there. It's exactly at that moment that you need to be careful not to fall into the trap of self-satisfaction, complacency. So what's the answer? The answer is, it's simple. To create a system for reflection and review. So let's jump into how to review our habits and make those adjustments if needed. Oh, cracking. Yes, see, I love Mary. Perfect. She said, I find that I have to tweak new habits sometimes multiple times. Yes. So let's do another chat participation time. Who in here knows who the LA Lakers are? Have you ever heard of LA Lakers? And this is where I'm telling you to hang in here with me because we're going to talk basketball for just a little bit. Who in here knows who the LA Lakers are? I've already kind of given you the answer, haven't I? Mary says, yep. Kathy says, yes. Karen says, me. If you haven't heard of LA Lakers, then I don't know where you've been. Tammy says, yepers. Lisa D says, yes. Selena has. I don't follow them either, Mary. That's why I said hang in there with me. Joanne says, I know. Cool says, yep. Oh, you're not under a rock, whatever. Well, sometimes you are. All right. So let's start by looking at the LA Lakers, guys. Back in 1986, I would have only been 12 years old at that point. The LA Lakers stacked one of the most incredible basketball rosters ever. Yet many people don't remember them that way. Yes, Kraken, of course. That's what I mean. The LA Lakers, they kicked off the 1985-1986 NBA season with an eye-popping record of 29 wins and just 5 losses. Their coach, Pat Riley, if y'all remember who that is, he even remarked at the end of the season that experts were claiming that they might be the greatest team in basketball history. However, in a surprising twist, the Lakers faced a tough road in the 86 playoffs and were knocked out in the Western Conference Finals. The team that was dubbed the best in history never even got a shot at the NBA championship that year. After that tough loss, Riley had enough of hearing about his players' talent and the promise that his team showed. He was tired of witnessing moments of brilliance that would quickly just fade away. What he really wanted was for the Lakers to consistently play up to their potential, game after game. So in the summer of 1986, he devised a strategy to make that actually happen, a system that he named the Career Best Effort Program, or CBE. Riley shared that when new players joined the Lakers, they would dive deep into their basketball stats, tracing everything back to their high school days. And he said that he liked to call that process taking their number. He went on further to say that the goal was to get a clear picture of each player's abilities, which allow them to integrate them into their team strategy. He believed that not only will they keep up with their performance, but they would also build on their averages over time. Once Riley assessed each player's baseline performance, he introduced an exciting challenge to them. He encouraged every player, and we've talked about this before as well, but he encouraged every player on the Lakers team to aim for just a 1% improvement, just 1% throughout the season. If they achieved that, they would earn what he called the CBE, a career best effort. And just like we talked about with the British cycling, hey, Robin, welcome in. Just like we talked about the British cycling, if y'all can remember all the way from the beginning of the series, the very first one, we talked about the British cyclers. The Lakers also focus on attaining peak performance by striving to get a little better every single day. Riley made sure to emphasize that CBE isn't just about accumulating points or stats. It's really about putting forth your best effort on every level. That is spiritually, mentally, and physically. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Kraken. Players earn recognition for things like letting an opponent bump them, knowing that a foul was coming, diving for loose balls, chasing after rebounds regardless of the odds, stepping up to support a teammate when their defender got past them, and other selfless acts that might go unnoticed. Riley took a close look at each player's current CBE, comparing it not just to their previous performance, but also to the other players around the league. As Riley put it, he said, we evaluate our team members against league rivals who play the same position and have similar roles. There was a sports writer, Jackie McMullen, and they pointed out that every week Riley would proudly showcase the league's standout players in big, bold letters on the blackboard, comparing them with the players on his own team. I know, time changes. Whoa. Right? You're fine, Kraken. So, typically, dependable players, they would land scores in the 600s. While the top tier players, they would reach at least 800. Magic Johnson, we all remember who he is, right? Magic Johnson, who famously achieved 138 triple doubles during his career, often surpassed the remarkable score of 1,000 points. The Lakers highlighted their year-over-year improvement by comparing historical CBE data. In October of 1986, the Lakers introduced CBE, and then 8 months later, they celebrated as NBA champions. The next season, under Pat Riley's leadership, the Lakers achieved an incredible milestone by winning back-to-back NBA titles, a feat that was not seen in 2 decades. Reflecting on their successes, Riley remarked that the key to any successful venture is consistent effort. Master the right way to do things and then stick to that approach every time. The CBE program is a fantastic example of how reflection and review can make a real difference. The Lakers already had plenty of talent. There was no question about that. They had plenty of talent on that team. But it was the CBE that really helped them tap into their full potential. It ensured that their habits improved instead of taking a step back. So taking the time to reflect and review, we might find ourselves making excuses, justifying our actions. Oops, sorry. I jumped ahead of my notes. Taking the time to reflect and review, it really can boost our long-term habits. It helps us recognize our mistakes, and it opens up new avenues for improvement. Without doing that, without the reflection, we might find ourselves making those excuses, justifying our actions, or even deceiving ourselves. Very easy to do. And we lose sight of whether we're getting better or worse compared to where we were yesterday. Top achievers in every field consistently engage in reflection and review, and it doesn't have to be overly complicated either. There's an Olympian that is considered one of the best marathon runners ever, and also an Olympic gold medalist. After each training session, he jots down notes where he assesses his performance and identifies areas for improvement. Similarly, another gold medal winner, a swimmer, she rates her wellness on a scale from 1 to 10 and records details about her nutrition and the sleep quality that she's had. She also keeps tracks of the times set by other swimmers, not just hers, the other swimmers. And at the end of each week, her coach reviews her notes and shares his feedback with her. It's a simple yet effective way to keep growing and improving. But it's not just about the athletes that we just talked about. It's not just about the athletes. Take comedian Chris Rock. We know Chris Rock, for example. When he's working on new material, he hits up small nightclubs multiple times, trying out hundreds of different jokes. And he'll even bring a notepad on stage to jot down which jokes got laughs and where he might need to tweak those things. The standout lines that make the cut become the core of his new show. You're funny, Kraken. So improvement isn't just about picking up new habits. It's also about polishing and refining them. Taking time to reflect and review helps you focus on what truly matters and makes necessary adjustments along the way. And just like Pat Riley tweaks his players' efforts every night. After all, there's no point in sticking with a habit if it's not working for you anymore. So let's do another chat participation time. My throat is bugging me. Does anyone in here do an annual review for themselves? Do you ever, look at your past year and take stock of what you've done for that year? See where you've been. What do you look at? How do you measure it if you are one of those people? Ooh, drinking this water, my throat feels even drier. Joanne says no. Corinne says only at tax time. Tammy says, yeah, need more money, right? Anything else? Anybody else? Lisa D says, nope. You're welcome, Kraken. Mary says, yes, I belong to a group. We just did an end of the year personal assessment. I love that, Mary. That is awesome. Selena says, nope, because I end up beating myself up. There's that too. Kathy says, well, I don't have a choice with all the various therapies I'm in. It's every 90 days. Coleridge says, actually, it's a great yearly measurement as to how much my reselling business has grown. Exactly. Yes. There's times I wish I didn't like numbers, Kathy says every 6 months for medical reviews. You see, every year, usually in January for myself, I take some time for an annual review where I look back over the past year. I take stock of the habits by tallying up things like how many auctions I did, sales on other platforms, sales on the auctions itself. I'm looking kind of like Cool Ranch says, seeing how much my reselling business has grown, where I might need to tweak some things, where I might need to change some things. I look at what I've done in the flea market business. And also personal things as well, like the new places I might have explored or new things I got to do that I've never done before. I take stock of what's happened for that year. It's a great way to see how far I've come or where I might have fallen short, because there's that, it's there to show you. Yeah, that's right, Selena. It's a great way to, like I said, to see how far you come, but it's also a great way to see where you've fallen short, what you do need to tweak and everything. If you, or what's not working, take it out. Quit doing that habit. Quit doing whatever it is that's not working for you. Implement something else. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Kathy says, I do keep track of all the crochet items I sold in the last year. There you go. Mary says, we tortoise along as long as we move forward. It's none of our business how long a task takes. That's very true. Cole says, we all are wanting to be as good as a record keeper as you are, sister. You're so organized that way. I don't like it sometimes because it's too honest for me. So, when it's in writing and it's there back at me. If you haven't ever done this, here's 3 questions, or if you are doing it, but you kind of struggle doing it, whatever, here are 3 questions that you can ask yourself to start with. Number 1, what went well this year? Again, look at your personal, look at your business, your spiritual side, whatever you want to, take stock of, or where you've been, where you want to go, and all that. Where did you fall short on? What went well this year? Number 2 is what didn't go so well this year. And number 3, what did I learn? And then, donate. Okay. But that's important, Kathy. You do need to keep up with that. 6 months later or so, I check on how I'm doing, kind of like an integrity report. Like anyone else, I stumble and I make mistakes along the way. I make tons of mistakes. And so I like about 6 months out, kind of see where I've been and where things are kind of heading for the rest of the year. Doing this type of report is my chance to reflect on those missteps and find the motivation to get back on track. It's also a moment for me to revisit my core values and see if I've been living in line with them, if things are measuring up. During this time, I take a good look at my identity and I think about how I can grow into the person that I'm aspiring to be. And to do this, you can focus on answering 3 other questions. There's 3 other key questions. Good night, Tammy. 1, what are the core values that drive my life and work? Number 2, how am I living and working with integrity right now? And number 3, how can I set a higher standard in the future? That's right, Selena. I'm proud of you. Look at Stevie. I'm so proud of her too. Harry says, everything goes well if you wake up the next day is a blessing and shows you're moving forward, right? That's the start of my morning prayer every morning. Is thank you for letting me wake up another day, right? Another day of breathing, my heart beating, everything. So, I gave you the 3 questions for on that. So these 2 types reports and check-ins, they don't really take much time, maybe just a couple hours, maybe give or take, it depends on how much you're really looking at. But they can play a vital role in your personal growth. For me, they can help me avoid the slow drift that occurs when I get too comfortable. They remind me every year to check in on my goals and see how my daily habits are shaping the person that I want to be. They signal when it's time to refine my habits and take on new challenges, as well as when I should pull back and focus on the basics. Sometimes I start getting ahead of myself and I'm like, Scooter, kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Go back to the basics, go back to what works. Right, Lisa D? Yes. Taking time to reflect, they can give you much needed sense of perspective. Our daily habits are incredibly impactful, especially as they build on one another. So let's do another chat participation time. We don't have much more to go, guys. Chat participation time. What do you notice when you look at yourself in the mirror? When you look at yourself in the mirror, like up close, if you have one of those makeup mirrors that magnifies them and everything, what do you notice in the mirror? Personal kind of thing. What is it, if you want to admit it? What are some of the things that you see when you look at yourself in the mirror? And this is the part that I'm excited about to get to in my notes. So let's see. Cool Ranch says wrinkle. Amen. All of these for me. That's where I notice more and more. Kathy says she doesn't own any mirrors. There you go. Lisa D, look in my eyes and say positive things to myself. Yes, good. I always like the dog commercial where the dog's looking at us, or maybe it's like a little meme or whatever, where he's looking at himself in the mirror and he's like, you are a good dog. You do great things being a dog. Something, something, something. You will catch the ball today. Selena says, I hope I'm making a difference to others in my life. I have a hard time with myself, but 3 years ago I was just struggling. Mary says, who is that old lady? Joanne says, I see an old lady looking back at me. Oh, thank you, Selena. Right? I get it, Kathy. I got where I'm going with this, though. Hang in there with me for just a second. Hang in there, girl. Breathe. Do those breathing techniques and everything. Hang in there with me for a second. I will tell you just real quick, I'll share a quick story of my mom. Some of y'all have heard this. My mom, had Alzheimer's and passed away 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, and this next March. Anyways, when she was with my brother, one day he walked by and he could hear my mom in the bathroom talking to somebody. And and this was before we had to put her in the nursing home because she was a flight risk. He opened the door and he looked around the bathroom and he's like, Mama, who are you talking to? She had been looking at herself in the mirror. And her name was Kathy. But she had been looking at herself and she said, well, I'm talking to that lady. She didn't even realize that it was her in the mirror. So that whenever I think about mirrors, that's one of the things I think about is my mom. Oh, whatever, Mary. If you focus too closely on every little decision, it's like staring at yourself in the mirror from just an inch away. You're going to spot every tiny flaw and you're going to miss the bigger picture. That it can feel overwhelming. On the flip side, ignoring your habits entirely is like never glancing in the mirror at all. You might overlook simple things that are easy to fix, like a stain on your shirt or maybe some food that's stuck in your teeth. That's not ideal either. By periodically reflecting on your habits, it's like stepping back to view yourself at a normal distance, not up close, just a normal distance. And you can recognize important changes to make without losing sight of the overall landscape. After all, it's about appreciating the whole mountain range, not getting fixated on peaks and valleys. As we wrap things up, it's a perfect moment to circle back to a key element of change in behavior, or sense of identity. Let's go over how to break the beliefs that hold you back real quick. At first, sticking to a new habit is crucial for establishing the evidence of the identity that you are wanting to embrace. However, as you start to identify with this new self, it's possible that those same beliefs might hold you back from reaching the next stage in your growth. When this happens, your identity can create a sort of pride, if you will, that makes it tough to acknowledge your weaknesses, ultimately hindering your true development. And this can be one of the biggest challenges when it comes to forming habits. The ideas that we hold dear, those that are closely linked to our identity, are the ones that we tend to protect the most from criticism. You can see this in all walks of life. The school teacher who sticks with old lesson plans rather than exploring new teaching methods, the seasoned manager who insists on doing everything his own way, the surgeon who brushes aside the suggestion from the younger colleagues, and the band that creates an incredible debut album but struggles to break free from that same sound. The more tightly that we hold on to our identities, the tougher it is to evolve and grow beyond them. The more tightly we hold on to our identities, the tougher it is to evolve and grow beyond them. So let me ask you this in chat participation. Chat participation time. Has anyone in here ever lost their identity? And then life threw you a curveball. And I'm not talking about personal information like your driver's license, your social security number, anything like that. Anything that was stolen. I'm talking about your identity. Has anybody in here ever lost your identity? I've lost my identity. Kathy, that would probably been good for me. I'm sure I played as a kid, but I never liked cartoons ever. None like that. Mary says, yep. Kathy says yes. Lisa D says yes. Selena says me, I, myself, Uno, yes. Cole says yes. Harry says yes. Mary, after a 40-plus year relationship, yep. One way to navigate identity is to avoid letting evil, where did that come from? Any single part of who you are take over your entire being. Taking a cue from investor Paul Graham, it is wise to keep your identity small. Joanne says, yes, my mobility issues from a chronic disorder 23 years ago still have it. When you allow one belief or role to define you too much, it becomes harder to adapt when life throws you curveballs. If everything hinges on being the star point guard, a partner at a firm, or any such title, losing that part of your life can feel devastating. For example, if you're committed to being vegan and then face a health issue that requires a change in your diet, it can lead to an identity crisis. Holding too tightly to one aspect of yourself makes you fragile. And when that one piece is taken away, it feels like losing yourself. I haven't walked the same roads as you guys. Y'all know that. And vice versa. But I would say for most of my early years of being in the financial business, when I started working at 20 and working with my stepdad, which was 18 years, besides being his daughter as well, being his go-to person, counting on me anytime he needed me, telling me to jump and me asking how high, it was at the core, and I mean the very core of who I was. I wanted to be who anybody really, but mostly him, could depend on. And not only because I was his daughter, but I wanted to be the one that he knew that he could always depend on in business and between him and my mother. But once that rug was pulled out from under me, when he was forced into retirement because of what had happened. And I lost my job because of him. I found myself lost and unsure of who I was, what my identity even was. I even struggle with that to this day. Hey, Wendy, welcome in. Wonder Woman, Wendy. Many hellos and blessings to everyone. Go right ahead, Selena. We won't judge. But I lost when that rug was yanked out underneath me. I did not even know who I was anymore. I did not know how to function as who I was anymore. I was just so used to jumping every time, being the perfect daughter, being the perfect, assistant, if you will. And I find myself falling into that a little bit with my current boss. I want him to know that he can always depend on me, that I'm going to be there when he needs things. So I have to be really careful with that. And I can't explain it unless you have been there, and some of y'all have. Unless you have been there, it's hard to explain what it feels like. Like, I knew who I was as a worker, as a daughter, but I didn't know myself outside of that element at all whatsoever. I literally did not know how to function probably the first year or two after all that went down. Kathy says, I went to college when my kids were high school or older, lost identity of being a mom and gained identity of not being a mom. Got to be a student, which was a great identity, right? Yes. So when you've spent your entire life defining yourself in one way, which is what I did, it's tough to figure out who you are when that part fades away. And it's like a death. And as someone that has gone through this, that was so hard. I mean, silly, stupid, whatever kind of hard you want to describe it. And it still is to a point at times for me. I find myself craving those days, because those days I was sure of myself. I was confident in who I was and what I could do. And now I find myself questioning myself quite a bit still. You find yourself asking, so who do I become now? Which is where I've been. Military veterans and former business owners often share similar emotions. When your identity is tied to something like, I'm a great soldier, what happens when your service comes to an end? For many entrepreneurs, their sense of self is defined by statements like, I'm the CEO or I'm the founder. If you devoted every waking moment to your business, how do you feel once you sell it? For me, it was, I'm a great daughter and an awesome coworker. Now I don't have that. It's a big transition, and navigating that change, it can be challenging. Selena says, but Scooter, look how much you've grown to be a better business owner, friend, and sis. Proud of you, chick. I have my days, though. You know that, Selena. Kathy said, first 32 years of my life was military dependent. When my ex got out of the Army, I had no idea how to be a civilian. Everything about non-military was new to me. I bet. I've learned that to reduce the loss of your identity, it's important to reshape who you are. This way you can hold on to the core parts of yourself, even when your role changes. And to reduce the loss of identity, it's important to reshape who you are. I've already said that. So here's a quote. There's a quote from Tao Te Ching, if that's how you pronounce it, that really sums up this idea beautifully. Men are born soft and supple. Dead, they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant. Dead, they are brittle and dry. Thus, whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. The hard and stiff will be broken. The soft and supple will prevail. You see, habits can bring a lot of great benefits, but they also have a downside. They might keep us stuck in old ways of thinking and acting, even as everything around us changes. Life is always in flux and things are never permanent. We all know that. I definitely don't believe in job security. But that's why it's important to take a step back now and then to see if your old habits and beliefs are still helping you or if it's time to let them go. It's not knowing ourselves that can be really harmful. It's taking the time to reflect and renew our thoughts and actions is the best remedy to that. All right, let's review real quick of what we have gone over tonight. Number one, we went over the upside of habits is that we can do things without thinking. The downside is that we stop paying attention to little errors. Those of you that still work, you probably, I've seen that recently. You know, we get too comfortable in doing what we're doing that we just do it and we don't even think about making that extra note or taking that extra step or whatever. Number two, habits plus deliberate practice equals mastery. Number three, we went over that the reflection and review is a process that allows you to remain conscious of your performance over time. And lastly, the tighter we cling to an identity, the harder it becomes to grow beyond it. All right, guys, that is it. As always, thank you guys for starting off your week with me for Monday Motivation. Hang on. I hope you got something out of tonight's topic that you can put into practice this week. Now let's do the chat participation winner for the month of October. Remember, everyone's name is in here from Mondays of October that we did Monday Motivation. I don't think we missed one at all, so there should be 4 weeks worth of names in here. Again, if you are new to Monday Motivation, chat participation drawing is, again, just like tonight. You participate. When I say chat participation time, you participate, you get a star, you get put into the drawing for the month. So if you participate in tonight's for the first time, you'll get into the drawing for November, and we'll do that first Monday in December. So, all right, let's see who's all in here. Oops, I gotta take that out, and take that out. Okay, and we had quite a few. So let's see, Monday. Woo! There goes another one jumping out. Get back in there. All right. I'm telling you, Harry, like, you know, you think if you work for a parent, or I would have thought working for a parent or a family member, I can never lose my job. Yeah, I got proved wrong. So if I can't have job security with my stepdad, who can I have job security with? So, all right, here we go. Got two. Let me grab one. Dream Chaser Tammy is the winner. Winner. I think she's already gone to bed, so I will let her know that tomorrow. Congratulations, Tammy. Knowing her, she just wants the brag rights to that. So congratulations to Kraken for our hashtag winner for the month of October, and congratulations to Tammy, Dream Chaser, for our Monday Motivation drawing, chat participation drawing. Congratulations. I'll make those announcements if I remember on my short tomorrow. So be watching for that. If you didn't check out today, go check out today's short on my channel. See what I got from YouTube. It's pretty cool. I haven't got a chance to hook it up yet. So, all right, guys, tomorrow night, real quick, I will be on at 7:30 p.m. Central for the live auction of Slightly Unhinged, Sanity Sold Separately. We'll have a special guest on with us tomorrow night. I will go ahead and drop that for you guys tonight. Wednesday, I will be over on Josie's Place at 6 p.m. Central. And then Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central is another Guess That Guest live auction. Might have another guest there. So be watching out for those. Next Monday Motivation on episode 145, we're going to be wrapping it up with a bow. I'm ending it because I'm so excited to move on to the next series. Because like I've told you guys, it kind of goes with what I talked about tonight as far as identity goes and what I've gone through. It's very fitting, and I think a lot of us can use it. So I'm anxious to get to that series. So next week, we're going to wrap it up in episode 145 on discussing the secret to results that last. What does that all mean? You'll just have to come on back at 8 p.m. Central next Monday night to find out. Make sure you do all the YouTube things if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for all notifications, and a thumbs up on your way out. I would so greatly appreciate it. Make it a great week. If I do not see you somewhere around the YouTube, remember that habits are necessary. It is the habit of having habits, of turning that trail into a rut that must be fought against if one is to remain alive. All right, guys, y'all have a great week, and I will see you guys soon. Now let's do this thing. Good night, everybody.